Hello YouTube, Red Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. I want to start by saying I am extremely thankful for everybody that volunteered to join our little crew here, but I think I'm going to take a pass on the PlayStation 4 playthrough of renaming characters. There's two reasons for that. One is that in my experience with the other series, it sometimes slows down recording if I wait for people that want to be named for things. I actually have like a Vestal that I would like to use in my other playthrough, but no one has volunteered to take that slot, so she just sits and waits. Additionally, on the PlayStation 4 version, in order to edit names, I have to use the little virtual on-screen keyboard. It's not very efficient to type on. It's just not fun for me. So I think for now we're just going to rely on the randomly created names and find out what adventures could be created with Homage, Dudley, Perilous, and Forgot here. Those were the 4 new recruits that were available whenever we came back from the tutorial, and I think that is going to be the party that we are using here. Now, with an antiquarian, things are, maybe a little bit dodgy. We've only got the ruins available to us. I don't know if I want to go straight for a medium mission. It's probably the smartest move, but I feel like I'm still kind of getting, you know what, let's throw caution in the wind. I think the reward is good enough alone. The dodgy sheath is really like the best of the available trinkets there. Like a highwayman build that's not using range combat can get a lot out of that dodge bonus. So, you know what? Let's go with that. Pop into our provisioning screen, learn a little bit about firewood and camping, and then stock up. So, of course, we're bringing no torches with us, but I think 3 shovels, 1 and 3. 1 and 1, something like that should be okay. Yeah, I think we can make do with that. At the very beginning of the game, I'm probably going to be a little bit tighter with gold than I would otherwise be in our provisioning screen. Also, our level 0 characters don't quite have the same fond place in my heart yet, so I don't weep tears of sadness when one of them dies.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Alright, an initial scout is pretty cool. That's actually not what I meant to do. Trying to see... There we go. Zoom out. It's a button. Okay, so by holding down R2, this menu comes out, and we zoom in and zoom out from here. One of the developers shot me a message that the reason it didn't auto zoom back out is because that's been disabled for the PS4. It doesn't try to move around on its own, and you just control it completely. Which I was like, oh, well, that's not quite what I was expecting there. We didn't bring any medicinal herbs or torches, so I think I'm just going to pass on that for now. And what do my trap disarmaments look like? A bunch of real terrible numbers there. Wow. Okay. Dudley, you're our sacrificial lamb for now. Oh, thank God. Okay. Things are going to be fine. Fine, I tell you. This party comp is okay, right? Like, we've got 2 fairly heavy-hitting characters up front. The man-at-arms maybe a little bit more...
A singular strike!
A little bit more defensive than offensive, but... and obviously, I should probably get the Abomination to the 2nd rank, considering his human form is a lot more effective there. But for now, I think I'm going to lead with just... never mind. I think I'm going to lead with just missing him. And something like that. Not bad. Now, our Antiquarian can't do a lot of damage, but... get down. Flash powder. Does no damage. I was really hoping she had her poison ability, but she does not. So I tell you what, let's maybe go with a potential stun. That's not what flash powder does. Okay. Is flash powder just straight a debuff? That's kind of interesting. Okay. Hey! Aw. Well, the move I was kind of okay with. The stun, much less so. I also don't have the Retribution, Riposte abilities for the Man-at-Arms, which I think is pretty objectively one of his best abilities.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, we're still okay here, though. 1 damage was not what I wanted. Flash powder is just an accuracy debuff? Is that really all that does? That is, like, the most useless power ever. I'm not super up to speed on my antiquarians here. Normally, I've gone with Festering Vapors and Nervous Stab. Get Back is just a retreating ability. Flash Powder is just an accuracy debuff? Wow. Wow, that's bad. Okay. That's fine. You know, that's fine. Toss out a Protect Me. At least giving... Well, that worked out. At least giving our Man-at-Arms a little bit of a buff if they chose not to target the Antiquarian, but they did choose to target the Antiquarian, so I think I'm even... Wow. More appreciative. How much of a stun chance buff have you gotten at this point? Seriously. You know, that kind of worked out. I can move back. Okay. I sort of see the benefit now. Let's just go for this to be a kill. It does 1-to-1 damage, but for me it does 0 apparently. So that was exactly the number I needed. Jeez Louise.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Gonna stun him a 3rd time? No. Thank you! My Abomination has basically just been in a permanent stun status, ensuring that everybody else in my party is taking stress every turn. So this has been quite nice. Let's untransform. Get the heal, get the little bit of de-stressing. Stress is going to be a serious problem in this dungeon. That is like kind of guaranteed at the moment. They're level 0s, it's a level 1 dungeon, there's a bunch of problems basically. A nice heal though. Okay, things are maybe looking a little bit up. Don't love those abilities on a Man-at-Arms. It's like my like least favorite loadout for the Man-at-Arms is what I rolled. I mean, we could maybe get a little bit of healing done. Not much else for you to do, really. I think Dudley's got it pretty well covered. And can we repeat that? We can. And this might
Their
be...
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay. Not a bad haul. Not a bad haul at all. And if our Antiquarian investigates... Another not a bad haul. Okay. Let's see here. 100% of room battles, we know we've got to go to the right. I mean, I say it's unlikely. This is a pretty bad dungeon map, honestly. This whole start in the middle and have to kind of choose right off the bat is not great. Ultra light. I'm thinking holy water here. Nice, and that should be a huge damage buff until our next can. That didn't work. Okay. That may have seemed like a really weird thing. I'm gonna hold on to the key for now, which I know would work. The trap chest, the anti-venom works because it's like a poisonous trap. But I guess the same is not true for all locks. Tell you what, just beef up his protection a little bit. It would actually be really nice if, it would actually be really nice if he did have if the man-at-arms did have his own protection abilities. We could, like, just double stack things with... Yeah. You know what? Is this one? No, it removes it. Okay. I kind of thought that was going to be the case. A little unfortunate there. He can only be guarding one person at a time. But he should be getting the double protection buff at the very least. Granted, it's only going to last a turn or two. And I hate surprise. I hate surprise so much. It's like the least good thing that ever happens to you in the game. Yes, bandaging is important. I completely agree. Can I... There we go. I'm only going to take 2 damage. I'm probably not going to bandage, actually. Surprise guarantees, of course, that the opponents all act at the end of the turn, but that then means that they can get, like, double actions very, very quickly. That's sort of what we saw here. Granted, it probably didn't matter too much, but man, Vitalis is... stress levels are looking like real terrifying at the moment. 1. Yes, because Fergant's protection rating has been spiked through the roof, which I'm actually pretty okay with. I'll go here. Nice.
Death by inches.
I still am not a huge fan of, as far as I can tell, there's no way for me to view the HP of an enemy unit. Which feels a little weird. And makes, like, my normal decision-making process in a game, like, very off. Oh, it's right there when I'm attacking. Okay. So I just have to get into an attack menu, and then I can see it. Which is real inconvenient when I'm trying to, like, compare it to a damage over time, but it is possible. So he's at 4 HP, he's going to take, or sorry, he's at 3 HP, he's going to take 4 HP worth of damage.
Death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And I think we just continue to stack forced guards over and over and over again. Hit him with another chain and try to get him killed. I think he's going to be our...
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay. I think he's going to be our standard plan there, and it did work out more or less as intended. Of course... Let's see. There we go. There we go. Quickest way to view a character's total stress, 93. Is that really what the menu I've got to get into? Like, I've got to go all the way to there? It feels a little awkward. I'm trying not to, like, dismiss the control scheme out of hand. I know Red Hook worked on it a lot. That was one of the things that they were like, you definitely need to get this right. But it's weird because, like, I don't seem to be able to view some of the information that I'd want to be able to view at any given time, which is a little unfortunate. I basically can't transform due to the danger I pose to the rest of my party. The combat of transform the abomination and then have the abomination get
The ground quakes.
double stunned, which basically led to him just doing stress damage to the party every turn, but not actually being able to act. That was a real kind of crippling blow that may not have been immediately obvious.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Hey now, he's right there. Jeez, Wayne. Talking trash about abominations. Like, our abomination is just sitting right there. That's not okay. It's really not okay. Yeah, I think we just try to keep stacking the protection, and I don't want the stress levels from that at the moment, so we're going to do something like that. That was unfortunate. Alrighty. And I'm not as worried about the abomination's health just due to his self-healing abilities. Generally kind of excuse him from having to worry too much about his HP. If it looks like he's gonna die, you know, we can transform him.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Tell you what. Not to mention he also has Absolution, which just a straight self-heal. Would have loved to have gotten off a heal first, but I don't think it's worth
As the
stalling.
fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Nice. Heirloom chest. Contents are mine. Awesome. Okay. Guess we just go up, circle around. We didn't get a scout to really tell us much of anything. Probably gonna camp. Oh, that's real bad.
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
Oh, that's real good. Okay. Nice. Virtuous. Sometimes heroes respond to the onslaught of stress by becoming heroic. And I don't think there's really a super easy way for me to tell what Stalwart's doing. Looks like speed boost and a bunch of resistance buffs. If there's anything in combat, we'll have to wait and find out about that. Map inside. Excuse me, there was a map inside? Yeah, thanks. Alright, what do we have coming in? Not a lot. The forced use of a shovel. Actually,
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
actually think we might double back. Does that make sense? No. Let's do both fights. I also don't have any medicinal herbs, so I'm just gonna skip that.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
I think what I'll do here is there's not a lot, like a great way for me to demonstrate this, but come down this way, like into this room. If I get the scout, awesome. If I don't, then I'll check out the room down below, and then just have the hallway battle and come back to pick up both of those curios. I was considering doubling back in order to avoid one of the hallway fights, but I don't ultimately think it's going to be worth it. Alright. Zoom out. There we go. Sometimes the scout does kind of zoom in for you, but it doesn't auto zoom back out. I don't know. That's a little bit strange. Not a huge fan. Do I camp here? With getting the Stalwart, I think the answer to that becomes no. We just cross our fingers for, like, no abominations between us and the next room. Not really in a huge need for healing, even. I'm not well. Didn't get the bleed, which is A-okay. Stun one of these guys, kill the other one, and then you've got like a really awesome first turn. Ha! I merely grow stronger. I don't know how useful automatic de-stressing is on a character that's already become virtuous, but sure. I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Executed with impunity.
Right, we just tried for the other stun. Still got a pretty decent chance of getting it in a level 1 dungeon. And then top off some HP here. And again, just sort of topping off the HPs. We should very easily be able to kill this guy. Nice.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Generally speaking, citrine is not worth taking. It only stacks up to 4, so it's worth 1,000 in a completed slot if you get 4 of them. But gold is worth 1,500, and so if it's displacing gold, it is generally not worthwhile. We already used our holy water, so I think we just pass over these, which is unfortunate, as they're usually quite valuable if you're able to consecrate the ashes. Alternatively, I think we can dig them up with a shovel, and that's just disrespectful. Okay, more incoming stress. That 25 is not the kind of numbers I want to be seeing. Light, and I think we go for it. Nice. He will die before he acts. That's pretty okay. And she continues to merely grow stronger. Right. And a little bit of dodge. Okay.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any lives taken this fight. Although Dudley is about to freak out on us. Nice. I think 4. Somebody needs to hit him for 2. Tell you what, why don't we just do this? The double blight will kill one of them, and we might be able to kill the other one. 6. I think that's going to do it. No, it's only doing 2. Alright. His damage over time. The 4 number was stuck in my head from the Plague Doctor. That means neither of them. I'm taking 4. Tell you what.
Another one falls.
Kill you. We'll take the stress and hope it doesn't come to. Okay. That it doesn't come to our cultists. Although, slowly but surely, our man-at-arms is looking a little stressed out there. Not gonna lie. Share some of our protection love. Stun, and I think this battle is wrapped up. Nice. Yeah. We should have a pretty easy time killing him next turn, which gives us an opportunity to do a little bit of healing. Probably going to want to bandage that. 2. Meh, maybe not. Maybe I just absolve it. More than makes up for the damage from the bleed. Sure. Crit for 22 when you're healing yourself, eh? No preferential treatment at all. Nope. No siree. Alright. And stop him on the head. And we're golden.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Well, Emerald is certainly a little bit more valuable. How is this working? Okay. I mean, I need the campfire. Is there... Oh, I see. Okay. A little confusing. I'm going to swap that out for a portrait. And then... I'm going to do that as well. Now, let's go ahead and camp here. With a couple of our characters kind of on the brink of stress. Man, I wish it just tooltipped my HP and stress levels, or like displayed them somewhere, like along the left-hand side or at the top of the screen when you... Oh, it's right there. I've just never looked for it there. Okay, I am the dumb. So just below the character portrait, the HP and stress is displayed there. I'd always moused over the bar in order to get the tooltip pop up. So, yeah, that's a little on me. That's fine. We'll go ahead and camp now.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight, an uneasy companionship.
All right, we're going to want to feast mostly for the stress reduction. We do have a little bit of a limited skill selection here, as we've not been able to buy any of the skill upgrades for these guys. I'm mostly looking for... That seems real good. For management, unfortunately, damage, then we might want to combine those. So that would be 8, leaving us with 4, 3. We have 1 left. We could resupply. It's not the worst plan. Not really the stress reductions I was hoping for, but I think it'll have to do. So that leaves us with 9. Everybody gets some damage. He gets some damage plus protection. And then all we've got time for is a quick resupply. I didn't even see what she gave us. It popped up and disappeared. It had to be something we already had. I think it was another bandage. I don't think we had 4. That sounds right. I can feel my heart pump strong. I'm coping well, despite the madness all around. Well, yes, of course, you became Stalwart and all de-stressed yourself, so I'm not terribly worried about you. It's everyone else that is potentially on the brink of madness. You know, another thing... Bleed skill chance. Nobody has any bleeding skills. Fair enough. And we got ambushed at night. Wow. It's been a long time since I feel like I got ambushed at night. Okay. We'll make it okay. There we go.
Masterfully executed.
That's still usable from the 3rd slot. I really do kind of think that stress is maybe our primary concern right now. And a get down is going to mean that she can shuffle herself back a bit. As long as these guys focus just up front, I think things will be fine. The biggest danger is a stressful incantation coming to our occultist. And honestly, a stressful incantation that doesn't come to our occultist, or specifically that goes to the antiquarian, basically just pointless, because she's de-stressing herself with Stalwart. Alright. And, no way to heal. I guess we just keep protecting over and over again. And that's bad. Yeah, that's very bad. Okay. What? Try for something like this. Fail. Try for something like this. Succeed. Did the 1 damage that was necessary. And that guy should have no problem dying in the next turn. Right now, it's really just the stress levels. And of course, we would be in a much worse place had Perilous broke under the pressure instead of becoming Stalwart. Just stack protect me's. These guys are both going to die real easy like. So I might as well take this opportunity instead to de-stress and heal up a little bit.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
This is going to seem like an odd choice. I'm going to have Dudley check out the suit of armor. I'll protect them with a knightly aura of dodge and protection, which, you know, might normally be something I would have given to like a frontline character. But just due to his current stress levels, I'm getting a little concerned about his well-being in the back half of this dungeon. Alright, you know the game plan by now. Start off with a protect me. We'll probably... Nice. We'll probably want to hit him with a little bit of blight. It's not good. And stack that for a couple of turns. Again, with Dudley being on the brink, I feel like using our Abomination's transformed abilities is just kind of asking for trouble. Wow! Having a lot of trouble actually connecting with attacks right now. That is unfortunate. Couldn't last forever. Okay, I was actually going to say...
and frailty finally claim their due.
That as soon as he does become afflicted, that will probably transform then. Okay. Wow, 2 damage? Really? Really? Okay. Just because, like, then it stops mattering, right? We might contribute to the affliction of our man-at-arms and cause him to have a stress check, but Dudley is too far gone, so we might have other concerns, like living through fights as a primary thing. You know what? If I get the stun, that's totally the right choice. Because that'll bring him up 1 so that we can actually hit Cannon Fusilier Man at the back a little bit easier now. Doing his 4 damage from our Abyssal Artillery even before we got afflicted.
Decimated.
Nice. Especially considering, like, don't we all have damage buffs, right? Yeah. That is very odd. Double stun. Probably transform the next turn if this fight is still happening, and start just laying the smackdown at that point. And certainly the fight will still be happening. So we'll transform. Now Rake is the best long-term solution, but in the short term, I wonder if we could even... Is there any advantage for him being in the second slot over the first? I don't think so. 12 is very solid. I think we probably just pass a little more healing to our Antiquarian, call it a day. Nice. 6 to 12.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright. So, you know, certainly Dudley freaking out a little bit is bad, but Fearful's not awful. Man, a lot of books. And I think we'll be able to make do. I think we'll be able to make do. Nothing there that I want. Alright. That's not the way I wanted to go. Still adjusting ever so slightly to control schemes in the dungeon. Did you hear that? No. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think we just pass. We got the 1 key. Maybe I'll regret not using it there, but you know, I hold out hope, of course, for scouting a secret room being our most valuable result that could come. And I think this is going to be a job for Perilous. Mostly because...
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Mostly because she just doesn't care about the stress anymore. Alright.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Little medicinal herbs goes a long way there. And... No chance for another scout. Is that? That's not going to happen, huh? Right, let's go ahead and move our map over a little bit here. I say we go up. We just can't leave it, right? And we'll do some backtracking as necessary. Of course, our light levels are already...
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Are already dwindling quite a bit. So, with that in mind, we're gonna make some real weird decisions here. So this is actually, like, this is why I want to do not pitch black, we have no light, but rather we just can't buy torchlight. And the reason for that is this sort of interesting game space that we otherwise don't get to play in. Is there no way... Take. There we go. No, there we didn't go. I almost thought I got it. Take. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Ended up putting the trinket, even though it's not really that useful. It lowers his speed a little bit. But it means that we are able to grab a torch. Okay, so the interesting game space that we kind of get to play in here is stuff like this, where that torch that was back there, that I knew was back there...
And now, the darkness holds dominion.
Allows...
Black as death.
Allows me to come to the sort of chemistry set here and use a torch on it.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
In order to get our light level back up to full. Because I'm still viewing, the low light as an undesirable consequence. Like, it's not somewhere I want to be operating in. I'm not just trying to, enter the dungeon, douse the torch immediately, and do a straight pitch black dungeon run every time. I want to, I want the game and its light system to work in a way that I feel like they were intended, or at least is intuitive to me, which is that you should fear the darkness, right? That hitting zero light level is something that you don't want to have happening, and the lower it dwindles, sure, the reward might start to get better, but the potentially permanent damage to your party in in the stress that they're taking, and the negative traits that they're going to be picking up makes it something you shouldn't want to have happen to you. Okay, that's not great. Of course, Perilous just continues to grow strong. Man, I really might have to absolve here, which is a little silly. Let's do this to kind of guarantee that we kill something soon. Wonderful. Yeah, I definitely think absolutions are in our very near future. Beautiful. The stun's a little bit wasted there, but we were able to get a kill. Willpower falters. His mind has been oh man, passing is not what I need. I think we go for the absolution. His HP is low enough that there's some real danger there, and that tempting goblet without the absolution would probably have sent him over the edge. And he's 91 now. Wow. Okay, stress all around. Again, keeping in mind, these are level 0 heroes in a level 1 dungeon. which is definitely not an easy place to be in the game. But ultimately, what I want to see is dungeons that succeed by a hair's breadth, that kind of thing, instead of maybe what I feel like happens a little bit more often through repeated play, which is generally everything goes fine, then occasionally things go really, really not fine. Those are the two types of dungeon runs I've become accustomed to. Is either everything goes fine or people die. There's very little in between, and the squeak by runs are far more exciting to me.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Alright, good scout. We don't have any holy water, so we'll just do our thing, get a little bit of stress reduction, and zoom out, and keep moving on. Since we did get that scout, and our mission here is to complete 100% of room battles, we know that we are pushing on until the final room. There's at least one hallway. Wrong way. There's at least one hallway battle. If it makes any sense at all, in my brain, I'm like, get to the end of the hallway and you're gonna turn right. Like, if you're the heroes walking into the room, you would turn right. What? Just, you guys saw that, right? There was a hallway battle, and then there were 2 hallway battles. I was just about to say, one hallway fight that we know exists, and one room battle that we know exists, and possibly another hallway battle. And then the game had to go and do that too. Alright, let's tell you what. HP on. Not HP on, but HP on. That wasn't clear.
Back to the pit.
Straight nipple's not so bad. Worst stuns. Protects me. It can continue. In fact, it even will continue. It must continue. Oh, don't pass again. Don't do it! You did it. Okay. Well, stun him. What do I care? He's the useless baggage of our party now. Alright. You go away. And that should pretty much do it for this fight.
Be gone,
okay.
fiend.
Poor little spider. Did nothing to
Remind
deserve
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Terror, madness. You don't say. Just a lot of spiders in hallways, basically. These creatures are a death sending, formed of murder. Oh wow. And I don't love how much damage he has taken, especially when I contribute to it like that. I keep passing on. This is going to be a little bad. I keep passing on actually bandaging anyone because it's just never worth it for the 1 or 2 damage I'm taking. But granted, the 1s and 2s are probably adding up. And hear me roar. Yeah, the body's limit. Oh, of course. I don't think Dudley's in any danger of having a heart attack just yet. And that was really the power play that I was hoping for. Was you know, a little 1-2 punch to kill through.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay. Really just one weird reconstruction away from everybody's HP looking pretty solid. Again, we might have a hallway battle. I don't love... Oh, God. I think we do the HP. Wow, 2 was not what I needed. I was about to say, I think we do the HP, even though with 2 stress dealers, like, this madman has the potential to freak out 2 of our characters in like, one doomsday. Wait for it. Oh, God. No! Alright.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful. Alright then, masochism it is. You're a masochist, and you're a masochist, and... Alright. She'll be able to protect herself, so... It's not awful. And... What? Everybody's already lost their minds, might as well embrace it. Nice. We are, in fact, toying with forces beyond our ken. You are not wrong. Really just... 5 to 10, hit for the 5. Really just need... Really? Really? I did not know that you could refuse that. So, her forced protect me is just rebuffed. Oh, wow. That's kind of... Wow. It's hilarious. Granted... If... It's like she could take one wrong hit and be on death's door, so... I don't feel like the protection is an optional thing right now. Really? Really? Okay. Thank you for the dodges. That was sarcasm, by the way. Oh, the heart attacks. They're about to be real. I almost feel... Rarg. You know what? Let's do this.
Impressive.
I almost feel like transforming him back in order to gain access to his ability to stun, so that we can maybe stop some of the incoming stress. I don't think there's a way around it right now. Like we're probably cruising for a heart attack with that doomsday. Oh. No.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Ooh. Okay. Best thing about the PlayStation 4 version so far, when on death's door, heartbeat from rumble. The vibration inside the controller beats with the heart of the little red thump thump. That is pretty much amazing. We heal for 1. Where are those crit for 22 heals that we were managing earlier when you need them? Okay. I do think we go for the stun here. We miss the stun that we go for, but at least we can say we went for it. Okay. I was counting on you to strike me. I was also counting on you to strike him. This is why I have consistently reinforced his protection rating over and over and over again. That's fine. Okay, that's less fine. I just used protect me and then completely forget about the fact that it will also mean that stress goes to other characters. Yeah, I mean that might seem obvious, but it's brain not working at all. Oh, what do you got for me? Stress? I don't love that. Mostly because of that heart attack. He's also on death's door
reveal themselves
with bleed. Thank you. Had to do the heal, right?
Injury and
Like, you could have
despondence
failed
set
that
the
death
stage
door
for
check.
heroism or cowardice.
Man, how quickly the tide has turned, eh? Just a fight with 2 stress dealers that just torn through our party. Wow! Double wow! Okay, okay. This is fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's clearly not fine. Ooh, I was about to say, but we can finally end this, and no. Really? Suddenly, the madman is impossible to hit. Jeez. Let's not more, shall we?
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Die. Thank you. Oh, God. Alright. Nobody move.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay. You need a snack. Okay. You could probably also do with a bandage. I think that's really all we can do for them right now. I know there is effectively one fight that I need to make it through. Since we didn't get any scouted secret rooms, we'll go ahead and use our key here. Very nice. Splendid craftsmanship. And then... Oh, and then... I mean, things could be a lot better. We are at 4 light with a fearful and 2 masochistic party members. Taking added stress with a heart attack debuff. But our antiquarian is Stalwart, so that's something. That is something. Oh, thank... No! Really? Really? I was about to say, oh, thank God, it's just spiders. Because spiders are not that dangerous. And then we got surprised and it shuffled our party order. Which is pretty much awful. Because we've lost access to our healer for the moment.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Oh, God. This does do damage, right? Dodge and speed. Alright, we just gotta start killing them. That's not how you kill things. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, absolution. Gets him off of death's door. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad.
On the brink, facing the abyss.
Dudley. Dudley! Oh! Good dodge, Dudley. Good dodge. Now, I think we have to get him away from the death's door checks. Oh, God. All the heart attacks. Oh, please don't like double heart attack. That would be so very awful. Really? Answer the abyss. Oh, it's a stun. Okay, I was like, it does 1 to 2 damage. Are you kidding me? All right, let's stun him. Let's miss. Okay. Oh, thank you for dodging. Stars above. What foolishness brought me here. I agree. I agree.
More blood soaks the soil, feeding the evil therein.
Oh, good. I've earned a trophy. Okay.
Another life wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold.
Oh, good. I've earned the 2nd trophy. Yeah, I mean, we have to run. Antiquarians can't exactly single-handedly fight. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get out. Get out while you still can.
True desperation is known. Only when escape is impossible.
Yes, I agree completely.
More
Wow.
dust. More ashes. More disappointment.
So many fantastic death's door checks there. Just absolutely beautiful. Oh, what's the scariest thing of all is that the spiders can stun. So it's not hard to conceive of a world where, like, I can't act at all. There we go.
A wise general cuts losses and regroups.
I don't have the space. There we go. Okay, wise general. Wise general, cut some losses. Oh God.
You will endure this loss and learn from it.
I earned another trophy. And oh my God. Oh, so many trophies. Every one of them is just a barb of, like, the game being, haha, you had to retreat, die, heart attack all at once. Granted, even without the quest rewards, I came out of here with 15,980 gold. Of course, I also killed 3 characters. You might consider that a failure, depending on your definition.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
Of course, now our blacksmith and our guild are both available. We can start actually upgrading some of these characters, so maybe in the future I don't want to be so casual with allowing them to die. And see, you guys wanted to volunteer. That was a much worse idea than you realized. Gonna go ahead and do a little bit of recruiting here.
This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same.
I've got a grave robber and an occultist.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Well, I guess we take it.
She searches where others will not go, and sees what others will not see.
Considering that they're both seekers, I think we're actually better off just dismissing Perilous. She gained no experience from that, which is hilarious, by the way, because she should gain so much experience from that. But since she's still level 0 with 0 XP, we will probably just want to get rid of her. Not worth the cost of de-stress. I will probably end up figuring out how to unequip that trinket from her off camera. And then I think she is going to be bidding the Red Estate fond farewell. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, failure-ridden as it was. If you did, feel free to subscribe. There's lots more on the channel. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.